Hello, welcome to my YouTube video. Take a seat, go on a walk, do whatever you want to do, but listen, please, like till the end, because, we're both here, why not? It is December 22nd, 21st, 22nd. Who's counting days at this point, but we're very close to Christmas, and sales for me, I don't know about you guys, are starting to slow down. So it's time for me to reflect on the last couple weeks of sales. We've had some good sales, a lot of which are thanks to Dawn because she found some great stuff. But I also found some stuff. I want to discuss some of the trends, some of the things that we sold in the last couple weeks, and hopefully you can learn something from that as well. Did you know that vintage felt Christmas stockings, Disney stockings are worth some good money? I might have picked these up at the thrift store if I had dug deep enough. Dawn actually found these. You may have seen them in a recent video where we went to the thrift store. She found these, I believe they were under $5 a piece. She found a Mickey Mouse and also 101 Dalmatians. Did we ever figure out why there's 101 of them? That seems like an excessive amount of Dalmatians, at least for one person. I think you spread out those Dalmatians, give several homes. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know the details. I don't think I've ever watched that, to be completely honest with you. I'm not sure if I have. I did watch Cruella, which was pretty good though. Anyways, back to what's important. Felt Disney stockings sell really well. We got these just like a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. Dawn posted them. Props to Dawn. She found and posted these, and they both sold within a week. One for $55. The Dalmatians one, I guess, was slightly more sought after, and the other one, the Mickey one, sold for $45 plus shipping. So we made, I'm doing the math, $100 on 2 Christmas stockings. Of course, the time of the year helps. It is Christmas time. But Christmas, although it does slow down in January, it does sell all year round. So if you're finding any good Christmas item, I would pick it up like a nice Department 56 piece. I would pick it up in March, in June. As long as you're paying right, you should be able to flip them all year round. I didn't clean any of this up for you. This is my super professional setup here for my video. Very carry. There's my card scanner with an askew thing to hold it. Random lids, because much like signs where they just left water bottles everywhere, I just have like lids everywhere. I don't like lids, I guess. And as Carrie does, he always has a bunch of cards by him and some of this stuff, which is great. El Yucateco, if you guys like habanero. But I'm showing you this visual, this kind of visual right here to show you this. Do you guys know how to get these off easily? I'm going to hurt myself, I feel like. These are always dangerous. You just can't get these off. Me and Dawn went to the Neon Sign Museum today. I'll show you guys some footage here. But I can get this off. I can definitely get this off. But it's harder than it should be. So we got the guided tour here, which is really cool. So we got to learn a lot of the history of some of these signs. La Concha is like the little motel where this lot is. The Hard Rock Cafe. Self-explanatory. This was the one that was in front of the hotel forever. It's like 82 feet tall, which is tall from what I can understand. I am not nearly that tall. I am somewhere between 5 and 8 feet tall. So it's taller than me, but lots of awesome signs. Definitely recommend it if you guys are ever in Vegas. I want to focus. I cannot emphasize this enough, okay? I found this next item. I'm super proud of myself for it. It was in the plush aisle. Dawn had overlooked it. We did mention this in a previous video. It was a puffkin, new with the tag. It was so obvious that I knew what it was. No, I mean, I've been doing this for years, so I knew at the $1.50 they were going to charge us at, where were we? The DI. It was well worth it. This sold in about 2 weeks, and it sold for $22 plus shipping. I shouldn't have to tell you, but like the iconic 70s and 80s cartoon and toy line and plush lines, especially if they're new with the tag and you can pick them up cheap, you make the money in the buy, you'll do well. $1.50 into $22 after fees and everything. I don't know, 15, 16, 17 times our money. Sometimes reselling is just about adding an interesting or unique value proposition, and lots can do that for you oftentimes. Dawn found this bag of toys. It was these cute little Paddington bears. Paddington bears made by Eden. I'm not sure how much they went for individually. If you go on eBay, you're probably going to find a bunch of them available individually. But since she didn't pay much and we got such a good deal, she put these in a lot and they sold like within a week or two for $20 plus shipping. I do this all the time, or at least I should do this more with sports cards. So say I collect or I find a bunch of Bo Jackson's cards and I want to sell them. It's a little bit easier instead of selling like a 1988 Topps Bo Jackson and a 1990. Sorry, I'm talking about cards, guys, but I love cards. Put 5 different Bo Jackson cards together, ask 10, 12, 15, whatever, and you may well sell it a lot quicker because it's different from all the other listings. There's some value in there because people are getting, a bunch at one time. So think of how you can, lot your stuff up in an interesting and unique way to move your items. It doesn't always have to be like the same baseball player or the same group of, Paddington Bears. It could be plushes from one line. It could be part of, a collection. Say you have a bunch of Avon bottles. You could get 20, 30 of them together, and then you can place them into a garbage bag, and then you can take them out into the dumpster and get rid of them because you're never going to sell them. That came out harsh, but you know what I mean. I want to apologize for harsh carry. That was uncalled for. What I meant was don't buy those, guys. Do yourself a favor. Here's a little reselling secret from a longtime eBay reseller. Don't buy stuff you can't sell, because what happens oftentimes is you can't sell it. So I was talking to Don just a little bit ago about the slower sales we're having at this exact moment on eBay. And here is something, in all honesty, that I think is important, a way to think about this. Obviously, in the next couple days, we're probably all going to experience a slowdown in eBay sales. People aren't focusing on buying online. They're with family, they're going places, they bought and spent a lot of money. So this is a time to stockpile and post stuff on eBay. Get posting on eBay right now. Take that possibly anxiety, take that want to sell stuff and put it into action and start posting maybe a couple additional items. Get that momentum going for when, I imagine, even somewhere during the 25th, when people are done opening presents and start maybe getting a little bit more active on eBay, so you can start to get ready to sell stuff because you're going to be full in momentum. You're going to have all that positive momentum going. So I encourage you guys, and I'm going to do this as well, post on eBay right now in the next couple days as things are slow. So when things pick back up, we're ready and raring to go. I'd have to say, like, one of my favorite things to sell on eBay outside of sports cards are hats. A lot of us like hats. And they can be a little bit slow. They're not necessarily going to be quick movers, but oftentimes we can get them inexpensively. I have paid upwards of like $7, $8, which I don't love to do. But today, on a slow December 22nd, I did check, it is December 22nd, I sold 2 hats. So I'm happy to announce that. One was a Purdue Boilermakers hat. I must have found maybe when we were going cross country or something, or it could have been out here. Actually, I think it was out here in Vegas. And that sold for $15 plus $6 shipping. The $15 hat zone is kind of my sweet spot. That's where I like to basically post almost all of my hats, unless I make a mistake buy, which does happen. And rather than, maybe posting that at 15, I'll post it at 10 or 12 or whatever, 8 if I have to move it. Maybe it was a mistake, it was a bad buy. But I sold that Purdue Boilermakers hat, just a kind of a generic hat with the cool anthropomorphic, I guess, Boilermaker guy. That's just kind of like a cool old school, like 50s style logo. So that's a neat hat. And I also sold a Las Vegas Wranglers hat. I believe they're a defunct, right? That's a word. A defunct, no longer with us hockey team, minor league hockey team from Vegas. Because our hockey team now is attached to the Golden Knights, Stanley Cup champion Golden Knights. They're the Silver Knights in Henderson out there on the other side of town. But before that, there was the Wranglers, and this hat sold today as well for that sweet spot, $15 plus $6 shipping. Now, the key with this, if you're doing a lot of $15, $12, $20 hats, is to not pay too much. I sometimes pay a little more than I should on hats. I like selling them. But in general, I feel like most hats, if you pick the right subject matter, the right style, and they're in good, clean condition, or you can clean them up and get them looking good, $5 or less, you can buy and then realize you're going to be sitting for a little while, unless it's like a shark tooth or paint splash hat, something cool and vintage from like the 90s. But hats are fun. I enjoy them. Did you guys see our Dibdit live auction raid show yesterday? It was a lot of fun. I was like the 5th or 6th auction. I mean, to be fair, Dave and Kevin had a lot more to do with like the planning of it than me, but it was a success. It was a lot of fun. It was cool to see a lot of people come and show up, and we appreciate that a lot. Next week, I think on Saturday, I am kind of putting, well, not kind of, I am putting together another show, a small show on Dibdit of card breaks. This is from my card area of expertise. We're going to be opening up product and basically selling team spots off. It's going to be a lot of fun. I am the one setting it up, so hopefully it'll go well. That is not my strong suit. I am the one, growing up, this is how I was. I loved to hang out with people who planned stuff. I loved it. Dave's a lot like this. Dave plans a lot of stuff, and I get to go do fun stuff because Dave plans it. I am not a planner. I am a let's go hang out and have fun guy. So I'm planning this. So bear with me. It's going to work, but it's not going to be probably as great as Dave sets things up to be. But I'm going to do my best. I'm going to do my darndest. One thing I've learned from reselling for quite a while, it's going to be 13 years in, I think, March or April, because I started it was either March or April of 2011. So I've been doing this for almost 13 years. One thing I've learned, and one credo I really, really like to focus on, is not getting attached or really sentimental about the items I'm selling. Now, this does happen. It does happen to me, especially with cards. Sometimes I get attached. But the key is, for me, to make a profit and make a profit fast. Churn and burn, and sometimes I'm maybe even, and Dawn is the same way, a little more aggressive than we need to be. We sold this Marco Luciano bobblehead that we got just the other day. I think after our discount, we paid around $5, maybe even $6 on it. And we sold it in one day, overnight, just basically the day after I listed it, for $15. Dawn took that, basically that offer, and that's how we do it. We make a quick profit and we move on. A lot of times, I'm not saying we couldn't have made a little bit more money if we waited out on that particular item, but somebody made us an offer that was profitable and we took it. And you can never really lose money if you're profiting and you're buying items and you're flipping them quick and compounding the money up and up and up and up. So I am a proponent of the fast nickel over the slow dime, not on everything, but on kind of a general run-of-the-mill bobblehead. I am. If somebody makes me a profitable offer, I will take it. And I would encourage you guys to at least consider putting best offer on all of your items. So if you have an item, you can be pretty intense like us and a day later take an offer right away. Or if it's been a month or two and you paid $5 for an item, say it's worth $50, you paid $5, somebody offers you $20 plus shipping. It's been on eBay for 2-3 months. Take the $20. Just take the $20. You're making money. It's not as much as you could make. It's not as much as you hope to make, but you're taking that $5 and after fees and whatever, you're making like $10 profit, and then you can take that money and put it in something that'll hopefully sell quicker than 2 or 3 months. That's how I like to do it. It's not how everybody does it. It might not be the best model for you, but that's how I like to do things. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I appreciate it. I hope you guys have a happy holidays, and I'll check you all next time. I might have another video before then. Who knows? Take care, guys. Hey, everybody. It's still me. Don't worry. It's not really me. This is all artificial AI intelligence. Or is that what AI would say? Maybe it's really me, because AI wouldn't try to trick you with that kind of logic. It would use layers of different kind of computer 101010 type of logic. So it could or could not be a computer talking to you right now, a computerized version of me. I may be out there like listing right now, doing something much more constructive than just talking to you and seeing if you're going to turn off this video before I do. Because right now I feel like we're in kind of a competition. You may do it first. I may do it first. We really don't know. I mean, there's a lot of variables here. You could technically ask somebody to come into the room, or you could show somebody this video and they can turn it off, and then you can basically get out of this weird, awkward situation that we're in. I could turn it off literally at any moment. You might have thought that was going to be the moment. You might have thought, but it isn't. It isn't the moment. It could be in a moment. You know, it could be 20 minutes of this, guys. I mean, I guess you could look at the bottom. You'll see when it is. I mean, really, there is no mystery. You could just do that and you'll know when. And so who knows? Maybe we'll just stare for a second.